What's going on? I want to thank you for coming by to Vape with the Viking. So today I have a line of juices for you from Jane. You know who she is. Shytots? Come on. If you don't know who she is, you need to be in TRB Discord and interact with that funny, hilarious, amazing woman. So what we got today is she has sent me a crap ton of juices that I've been sitting here, and she probably cusses me on a daily basis because I haven't done the reviews for them. Well, I'm getting on it. I'm sorry, Jane. Do not smack me because she likes that kind of stuff. So, but definitely check out Jane, GI Jane, or Shytots 23, I believe, on Facebook or Instagram. She makes some amazing juices. She has several different lines, and one of her lines that I'm going to be doing today is part of her build signature line, or builder signature line. She does have a build team. Almost all of them are in the UK because she's in the UK as well, and they all have their own juices. But also, if you're a fan of Scott or Black Cat Whiteface, he was, I wouldn't say was a builder. He doesn't build as much anymore, but he was, or is still, I believe, on her build team because he can build some amazing coils, and he has his own juice with her as well. So today what we're going to do is, and I do apologize, I do not know all of the builders that these are for. I've only talked to a couple of them and known a couple of them. So I'm not sure who this is, but this is for spaced coils. This is Spaceman. See if this will actually zoom, or not zoom, but there we go. Nice and clear. That's what we're talking about. So yeah, spaced coils, which I believe all of her builders are on Instagram, so you can check him out. Spaceman is described as a pecan dairy fudge. So we're going to run it on the Keen with the Asgard 25, and I believe these were the fused Claptons and I90s that I threw in there. So let's give this a shot. There it is. One thing I will stress to all, of course, in my US viewers, her juices are have either little to no sweeteners into them, which means they're more of a complex. You got to kind of almost find the flavors. But I've talked to a couple of her builders. I've talked to her herself. And one of the things that I did find out from them is the hotter, basically, the build you can make, the more those different notes are going to come out. So when I did first kind of sit down and was going to start reviewing these, they all kind of tasted the same to me. Kind of had almost like a burnt chocolate, I believe, is kind of how I described a lot of them. So I ended up talking to some builders and her, and I started building my own fused and I90s, and that is what has made a difference. Just a very nice, what they call very heated vape. They kept saying, use more heat, and I was like, huh? Wait, what do you mean? Are we talking wattage? Are we talking ohms? What are we, more massive wire? What are we talking about? They're just talking about they're talking a lower resistance on a mech, high wattage type of situation, because it does make a huge difference. In that, I can taste the pecan, I can taste the fudge. Now, here's where it's going to kind of twist on you a little bit, though. It's not like the fudge we're used to in America that has 500 pounds of sugar into it. It's more of that almost unsweetened or very light, semi-sweet chocolate, and then, of course, pecan. So it does kind of have more of an earthy taste than, sweet chocolate, fudgy, pecan taste to it. But still pretty good. I will say most of her fruit line are pretty spot on, usually pretty sweet, would be good for US vapors. What I would say on any of her signature lines or the chocolate lines or a lot of the complex, darker flavors, you got to either be a builder or kind of know how to get those flavors pronounced, or you're not going to like her juices. So, but yeah, Spaceman, definitely pecan and fudge. There we go. So this one we're going to do, because we're going to do 3 at a time, and these 3 will all be signature builder juices. This one is Mont Blanc, if I pronounce that correctly, Mont Blanc Mont Blanc, but whatever. But this is actually for Taxi Jim, which he's one of her builders I've talked to. Super, super cool dude. Just you would think somebody on Instagram that does the kind of builds he does, that he'd be almost like big reviewers. Can't be reached or touched or bothered. Nah. I messaged him. We talked for, God, first time like 30, 45 minutes. Really cool guy from what I can tell. Now, Mont Blanc is a dessert, come to find out. It's like a southern France, northern Italy type thing. It has something to do with, it was chestnut type of dessert. So what this was described on her list is it's a dairy ice cream with meringue pieces and glace de Marion. Yeah, that's that hazel or chestnut thing I was talking to you about. So I suck with other languages, I swear. But anyway, so this is one specifically for Taxi Jim, and I know that Black Hat Whiteface and Zero Cool love the Mont Blanc. So let's give this a shot. This is on the Arkless by MechLife with the Widowmaker, and again NI90 fused Claptons. There we go. Yeah. Huge, huge, huge difference, making a much lower build than what I'm used to. Really brings out the flavor. Now, what all of that gibbly gook that I said is what it's supposed to taste like, I'll break it down in redneck terms. I'm not even a redneck. But anyway, what I basically get from it is a kind of nut. It's chestnuts are kind of hard to describe, but it's kind of like I almost want to say almost a walnutty kind of. But you get the ice cream, you get kind of a little bit of like a chocolate and then a nut. What it really reminds me of, there we go. We'll go real fat kid American on you here now. Those Ferrero Rocher, like little hazelnut ball things that I devour like air. If you took the hazelnut out of it and made it more of almost like an earthy or sharper nut, that's almost exactly what it tastes like to me. So, real quick. Yeah, just take one of those Ferrero Rocher things and that hazelnut, change it with a little bit more of a sharper noted nut. Bam, that's what it is. So Mont Blanc is a Ferrero Rocher sharp nut flavor. Yeah, that's redneck for you. So, but still good though. I really like that. And then, so the last we'll do on this review for the Builders line is, of course, Black Hat Whitefaces. That is his cat's Whiskers. So it is supposed to be an English custard with an Odie coconut biscuit. And I got the topside carbon with the Asgard 30 millimeter in there. I think these are K coils in there. So we'll see if I can get this hot enough, since they're not the NI90 fuse that I usually use. So let's go to 0.13 build. Let's do 100 watts. Oh, I definitely got biscuit out of that one. Kind of a sugar biscuit almost. Let's pop it up. There we go. Now we're at 115. Let's see what we do at 120. Got that oat. Definitely got that oat. I'm not getting the coconut yet, so let's turn it down, just in case that coconut's getting fried. A little bit better. I swear I'll quit playing here in just a second. There we go. 115. Yeah, 115 is probably a good spot right there. I would have to rejuice just to make sure, but yeah, I'm definitely getting kind of a custard. I'm getting that Odie biscuit really shining through, and then that touch of coconut. And this will tell you why her juices are a little different. when I was trying these under just my traditional builds that are, you know, anywhere from 0.12 to 0.15, very heavy mass alien coils from K coils. I was just, like I said, getting a lot of kind of almost like burnt chocolate and stuff. This one was probably the one that I was getting it, thought it was like a burnt chocolate, but it's probably more of a, like a, almost a burnt biscuit flavor. So just a testament that if you do get her juices, if they're not the fruit lines like the mango passions and all those, definitely got to run some power or lower build through them, and then they just shine. So that's a really good one. Now I know why Scott likes it. But again, just touches of sweetness. Nothing compared to anything you could really buy in the U.S. Everything you buy in the U.S. after you're vaping on this for a little bit tastes like 5 pounds of sugar has been dumped in your juice. So, so if you're a super sweet vapor, might not be that well for you. But I would probably pick up a couple of them, even if you are, just to vape them. And then go back to your traditional U.S. juices and see, holy crap, I might get the diabetes from this stuff. So, but definitely good complex flavors. You really got to think about it. But then once you got it, you can just sit there and enjoy it. So it's really nice to deal with that. So, but so Shytots, you can find her on Facebook or Instagram, and that's also how she sells through as well. They are all 60 mil short fills. So what that means is they're only filled up to 50 mils when you get them, so you can add your own nick into them. So that is something I know a lot of US people aren't used to. I'm used to it working with Dark Star and those guys, you know, King's Custard and Tenchi. They're going to be sending me some stuff. They're going to be short fills. It's one of those things you just kind of get used to when you start messing with juices out of the US. So not that big of a deal. Calculators all over the place, real easy to deal with. Shoot me a message if you don't know how to do it. I can step you through in like 5 seconds. Real easy process. They are 80/20s. So when you do put in your nick, most likely the equation, it'll turn out to be a 70/30 when you get it all nicked up and all that. So, and as for pricing, it is in pounds. She gave me a price list, but there were 2 different prices per bottle. I'm not sure if one was with and without shipping. I'm not sure. You would have to contact Jane for that. But it was like $12.50 pounds, which is roughly about $16 US per bottle. And that was one price. Like I said, I'm not sure what the second price was all about. But definitely contact her. So, but that is all I got for these 3 signature builder flavors from Shytots. Definitely give that woman a shout. She will brighten up your day just in a conversation. So thank you so much yet again, Jane, and I'll have many more coming out for you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. So Shytots, you're amazing. But that is all I got. So I want to thank each and every one of you yet again for coming to Vape with a Viking, and I'll check you later.